a table, okay, with all the dimensions and bawah dia measured facts. Then B1, okay, starting from B, question is based on data mining chapter. So ada 3 soalan. The first question is asked about the suitable data warehouse application tools. So in our subject, we will just learn only 2 data warehouse application tool, iaitu chapter 6 OLAP, chapter 7 data mining. Ada 2 je kita belajar, okay, untuk subjek ni. Actually we have many other tools to analyze the data that we have in data warehouse, but we will just cover only 2, alright? So chapter 6 OLAP, that one will be asked in bila kita lukis 2D and 3D in assignment 2, and chapter 7 will be covered in assignment 1. Okay, so first question that will be asked will be identify the suitable data warehouse application tool in order to run the analysis and justify your answer. 3 markah. Okay, the answers will be, since kita dah tahu dah dia combine chapter 3 dengan chapter 7, assignment 1. So jawapan dia mesti adalah, what will be the answer? The answer will be data mining lah kan. Sebab dah kita gabung chapter 4 and 7, assignment 1. Alright, so let's take a look at nanti sambil-sambil I explain about data mining concept, I will relate with the question that we have for assignment and also your test. Okay, for data warehouse fundamentals, okay, next slides. Next, ini apa, just the content of the topics. Okay, how data mining evolved. Many businesses have invested heavily in information technology to help them manage their business more effectively and gain competitive advantage or gain competitive edge. So large amount of critical business data are being stored electronically, and this volume is expected to continue to grow. Okay, companies leverage their existing data more effectively and obtain insightful information, giving them a competitive edge. Okay, this is how when the data mining is being applied in business. Next is the history of data mining. Awal-awal ni tak ada apa sangat lah, tak ada soalan tak tanya. Okay, they evolved since 1960s to now. So the data mining concept have been applied in many businesses late 1990s. That will be early 2000 when the IT is booming during that time. Okay, next. This is just for your knowledge. Okay, the first question that will be asked from chapter 7 in part A. Part A will be structured type of questions. Okay, will be what are the 4 decision processing tasks? Okay, when you would like to make decisions, okay, these are the 4 tasks. Okay, we talk about decision processing. It analyzes business informations captured from database system. Okay, the word operational system here refers to database systems. Okay, there are many sources of databases. You extract, put in the staging area, do the integration, standardization, clean the data before we load the data into warehouse. So this one relate with the data warehouse architecture that we have discovered in chapter 2. Okay, hopefully you can remember that. And then how the data flows from the database, put in the staging area, and then loading into the warehouse, and then will be used by the end user to analyze and come up with the decision making. Okay, that is the flows of data. So still remember, data for data warehouse, we extract from database. Data in database, we collect from end user. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is how the processing involved, the flow. Okay, with the left-hand side is the operational system, that is database. Okay, we gathered information, put in the staging area. This is similar to the data warehouse architecture that we have covered in chapter 2. Okay, sama je. Okay, next. Okay, the 4 tasks of decision processing. Okay, soalan yang pertama daripada chapter 7, describe 4 tasks of decision processing. The first task will be extract and transform the informations. Okay, ini sebenarnya ulang kaji daripada chapter 2. Okay, bila kita discover where the data for data warehouse come from. Okay, come from database. Okay, next, second process, Okay, once we have done with the extracting and transforming the data is for us to manage the informations. Okay, how this information stores and processed by business intelligence tools and analytic applications. Okay, the third task. Okay, then is we analyze and modeling the informations. Okay, yang ni kalau kita still remember kita buat WECA, I show you when we kita discuss about group project, you still remember we are discussing about the WECA, kan kita ada pilih which models that can be applied with the data that we extract from the UCI machine learning. Okay, we choose addition table, JRIP, apa lagi, zero, right? So that is the we choose a we run the model based on several algorithm, and then we choose with the higher accuracy. Okay, so we go for the analysis, analyzing and model the informations, and the fourth one is you distribute the information. Okay, the fourth task. Next. Yes, you distribute. Once kita dapat result, we share the result for the top management to make decisions. So use your own words to elaborate. So these are the four main tasks. First is analyzing. Second is first is extracting, second analyzing, third second manage, third extracting, analyzing, and fourth you distribute information. So this is the first question. Next slide. Tangan I pula macam nak ni. Okay. So when the decision maker would like to make decisions, they will deal with issues in terms of uncertainty, certainty, and you have a data, structured data, meaning that the data is certainty. Okay, you know everything about the decision that you make. For example, total number of sales, total number of revenue, total profit. That is what we call to certainty. You know the figures. You can analyze the data. This one normally related to all lab. However, if you go for the uncertainty piece, that refers to the things that is unknowns. What you can do is just to predict based on the previous data that you have. Okay, if you have high uncertainty in making decisions, the risk will be higher. If most of the information is certain, the risk will be low. If most of the information is uncertain, the risk will be high. Okay, uncertainty leads to high risk. Certainty leads to low risk. Okay, these are the three sets of conditions when you are doing decision making. Okay, so three terms here. So make sure you know how to define. Certainty, low risk. Uncertainty, high risk. Okay, next. Okay, second question from chapter 7 will be type of decision-making styles. Ada dua, analytical and heuristics. Next slides will define the characteristics. Okay, for analytic, it refers to you learn by analyzing, use step-by-step procedure. Normally, the values is quantitative informations, and you build mathematical models. Okay, this is referred to the external type of decision making. It refers to the data in order to help you to come up with the decisions. However, in terms of the second type here, we have heuristic, that is internal. Based on your own experience, your common sense, your knowledge, okay, whereby you use trial and error, seeks completely satisfying solutions. So the difference between these two, heuristic refers to your internal decisions, okay, your common sense, your instinct, your experience, okay. Normally your instinct and your common sense will based on the experience that you have faced before. And for the analytical, normally refers to the external information such as data that you have in your organizations. Okay, these are the second question that might be asked from chapter 7. Okay, next we move on to the data mining. This is the definition. There are many definitions. So the keywords, when you take a look at the scenario, just now I mentioned to you in your assignment 1, there will be 2 questions posed. First question is number 1A, ask you to draw the information package diagram. One, 1B is, no, question B1 is ask you to identify the data warehouse application tools and justify your answer. The keyword for data mining in the scenario given will be hidden patterns. Okay, the word patterns of information is the keyword for data mining. Okay, make sure you remember this. Okay, the word pattern, uncover useful information or hidden knowledge, knowledge driven, okay, or predictive. These are the keywords related to the data mining. Okay, next. Okay, again, definition of data mining. There are many definitions given here. The process of extracting valid, unknown, comprehensive, actionable information from large database to make business decisions. Okay, finding hidden and unexpected patterns. Again, you repeat the same keyword. The word hidden, the word patterns, the word uncovered, the words hidden knowledge, for example. Okay, these are the keywords. So in the scenario, we will use these words, okay, this keyword for you to identify the answer. So as I mentioned earlier, there are only tools that we discover in the subject. Jawapan dia dua sahaja. Either or lab ataupun data mining. But I'm sure you know that since you have been identified that you have been informed that S7 confirm jawapan dia adalah data mining. Okay, so the next slides, again, definition of data mining given here. Okay, reveals information of hidden. Tengok, perkataan hidden tu mesti ada. Underlying rules and features. The trends. Okay, next. Again, definition lagi ke? Alright, data mining provide huge payback for companies. However, already used in a number of industries. Next. Okay, so data mining does not require data warehouse to be built. However, data mining can be implemented rapidly on existing software and hardware platform. What you need to have is just the Okay, mana Akif? Alright. Okay, analyze massive database to answer to questions such as which customer are most likely to respond to my next promotional mailing and why. Okay, ini contoh how they use the data mining in the industry. Okay, next slides. So challenges of using data mining is to identify the suitable data to mine. So remember, when you would like to get correct output, what we call garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you have in the data, it depends on the data, the input that you have. If you have high quality data, your result will be the best to produce when you have good inputs in your database. Okay, again, that is what we call garbage in, garbage out concept. Okay, go. Okay, next one. Advantages to mine data from multiple sources to discover as many interrelationships as possible. Okay, you still remember in our class and I showed to you using Weka, we try to run the data. Kita guna data apa hari tu fish kan? We are using what data to explore the day? Pencil untuk classification. Okay, that data we are using several models, right? We run several models and take a look at the accuracy to take a look at the best model to be represented that can be applied in order to get better results for your decision making. Okay, that's why we have to really move into the model that is suitable for your data. Okay, next. Works. All right, so how it works, yang ni pun sebenarnya kita dah explore when I discuss about the group using Weka. I showed to you how we test the data. That is the applications of the data mining. Okay, in the hari tu kita ambil data daripada UCI machine learning. We get one data and then we analyze together, kita run the model. Okay, that is how it works in data mining. Okay, next. Ni kalau dah boleh jumpa kat depan kelas, boleh tunjuk lagi. Sekejap Okay, so alright. So the next one, mana pergi? Okay, the next one. Okay, the third question that will be asked from chapter 7. Just now, the first one is the decision processing task. We have four tasks involved, and then the second one is the type of decision making style. We have heuristic and analytical. And make sure you know how to define what is data mining. The keywords for data mining, you must have the word patterns, hidden knowledge, uncovered patterns of data. Okay, so that is the keywords. On the third one here will be examples of applications of data mining in different industry. Okay, this one similar to chapter 1 when we discuss about what are the examples of applications in data warehouse. So if you like to analyze, you must have the word patterns, predictions, uncover hidden knowledge, uncover hidden patterns about certain transactions in the industry. For example, given here is in retail and marketing, identifying buying patterns of customer, okay, predicting response to mailing campaign, market basket analysis, finding associations among this and this. Okay, second slide, talking about the banking industry. Next slide. Next. Okay, insurance, we have claims analysis, in medicines and etc. So you just give any industry and understand the industry doing what dan tambah perkataan patterns. Tambah perkataan identify the patterns, identify the hidden knowledge, uncover what and what, association between this and this. Okay, that is how you give answers for the example of the application of data mining in different areas. Okay, next. Semua yang contoh-contoh next slide pun sama. Ni pun sama, customer profiling, market analysis. Okay, next. There are many examples given here. So you normally kita minta dalam 4 je. Dalam soalan normally we ask you to give only 4. Right? CRM, fraud detections. Next. Okay, so this is the gist in chapter 7. The main information that you need to really understand in order to answer a question in your assignment and also the test. Okay, for data mining, we have 4 operations and 9 techniques given here. For each of the operations, for example, predictive modeling, we have classification and value predictions. Database segmentations, we have demographic clustering and neural clustering. Link analysis, we have association discovery, sequential pattern, and similar time sequence. Deviation detections, we have statistics and visualizations. Okay, in the question of assignment just now, B1, asking about the data warehouse application tools and justify your answer. Jawapan dia adalah data mining tools. Because the scenario apa-apa, you just copy balik statement yang ada perkataan pattern tadi. Okay, for example, because they would like to identify the patterns of the customer buying behavior, contohnya. Okay, you get 3 marks. B2, soalan dia akan tanya, identify the most suitable operations based on your answer in B1. Okay, dia berkait dengan jawapan dekat atas. Okay, identify the suitable operations based on your answer in B1. So tadi jawapan kita adalah data mining. So for data mining operation, jawapan dia mungkin ada 4 je kan. So we have predictive modeling, database segmentations, link analysis, deviation detection. So for each of these operation, kita akan bagi the keywords exactly what we have in our PowerPoint slides. Okay, we will use the same keyword in the scenario so that you get the correct answer. You can choose the correct answer. Okay, for each of these operation and each of the technique, it has its own what we call that keywords. Ada keywords dia. For example, data mining tadi keywords dia adalah pattern, prediction, hidden knowledge. What about predictive modeling? So the keyword will be similar to human learning experiences using observation. Okay, let's move on. So I want you to memorize this one and then understand each of the operation and the techniques. Okay, we move to the next slide talking about the first operations. Okay, so ni contoh. Okay, next. Tak apa, ini sebagai contoh je. Next slide. We go for the first operation dulu. Okay, so this is the first operation of data mining called predictive modeling. The keyword for predictive modeling is kita akan guna the same statement. Okay, this analysis will be done using to human learning experience and use observations to discover the patterns of data. Contohnya, kan? So if this statement keluar, jawapannya adalah predictive modeling. So for predictive modeling, there are 2 techniques refers to classification and value predictions. Okay, next slide. I focus to the main idea ni supaya you tak pening. So model. So ingat lagi yang kita buat WK hari tu kita kaji data apa. Siapa ingat? Dalam UCI tu, I tak ingat adalah UCI we discover data about cancer, kau tak silap kan? Repetitions of cancer, betul tak? Kita kaji data about berapa orang yang akan dapat cancer, repeat cancer based on certain attributes. Yeah, I think so, that one. So kita test the model using many model, decision model, decision table, kita pakai JRIP, we have to use J48, 0. So we test and run using 5 models and we take a look at accuracy. So that is one of the example of classifications. Okay, classification falls under predictive modeling operations. Okay, operation ada 4 je. Techniques ada 9. Okay, for predictive modeling, jawapan dia ada 2 teknik. Classification or value predictions. Okay, so for predictive modeling, faham tak dia punya konsep? The keyword will be use observations or similar to human learning experience. Okay, the keyword is observations. Okay, ada soalan tak setakat ni? Any question? Okay, tak ada. Kalau tak ada, proceed with the next slide, Akif. Okay, model. So we train the model, we test the model. And what type of techniques we have? Just now I ada bagi tahu, ada 2 sahaja, classification or value prediction. Let's move to the first technique under predictive modeling. Next slides. Ni tak apa, ni just contoh analysis that can be done. Okay, next. Yang ni kita tak akan tanya. Alright, next ni ulang benda yang sama. Okay, classification. No, classification tadi. Patah balik. Yes, this one. Okay, for the classification technique, it used to establish a specific predetermined class for each record from a finite set. Finite set maksudnya nombor yang bulat. Okay, contohnya gender. Okay, gender sama ada you kelas yang finite. Okay, sama ada you lelaki atau perempuan. Dia tak ada combination lelaki perempuan di tengah-tengah, no. Okay, that is what we call to finite set of class. Other example we have for example group. You are belongs to group BA 2323C contohnya. Then we have you have finite number there. You tak boleh ada di tengah non continuous numeric value. Okay, ambil contoh gender lah senang, right? So for gender, either you are a male or female. Okay, that is for classification function. Examples, next slides. Next slides. Okay, this example, okay, the question would like to classify customer sama ada dia nak beli rumah ke tidak based on two attributes. Okay, kalau you tengok sini, the decision maker would like to analyze the customer sama ada dia akan beli property ataupun tidak. Okay, buy property or still menyewa depending on the menyewa adakah lebih 2 tahun atau kurang, and umur kalau lebih 45 atau kurang. Okay, for the first attribute, if the customer renting property more than 2 years, okay, the question is yes. Pergi ke yes. Yes, yeah. And kalau kurang, dia akan still sewa. If no, go to no. No, yeah. Kalau no, maksudnya dia still sewa. Okay, dia tak akan beli rumah lah, stop there. So that is the end note. But if dia dah sewa lebih 2 tahun, go to yes. And umur dia, kita tengok pula second factor. Okay, factors contributing to whether you beli rumah ke tak. Umur lebih daripada 45, yes, then you will buy the property. Okay, meaning that siapa yang nak beli rumah, umur dia mesti lebih 45 and dah menyewa lebih daripada 2 tahun. But if walaupun dia dah sewa lebih daripada 2 tahun, tetapi the age is less than 45, they will keep on renting. Okay, dia masih menyewa rumah. Okay, that is what we refer to the yang ni pun kita dah buat dalam kelas when I ask you to show to decision 3 guna J48. Okay, when we discuss about the group project, okay, we have done this in a WECA also. Okay, that is classification. The keyword for classification is refers to the finite set of class. Meaning, for example, we have a group. Kita dah mengkelaskan certain object, male, female, group based on group program, subject, for example, that are no continuous value in the middle. For the second techniques, we have value predictions. Okay, next one. Yang ni another technique anak kepada classifications. Okay, dia bagi weightage. Tadi tu yes, no tu tak ada weightage, right? But this one dia bagi weightage to the factors. Yang ni kita tak pergi in lebih lanjut lah kot sebab kita tak ada detail soalan sampai macam ni. This is for your knowledge. Okay, next one. Okay, this is the example of the one just now for neural induction. Next. Terus pergi kepada value predictions. Yes, for this one, this is the second technique of predictive modeling. Okay, the first technique just now is classification used by the finite set of class. So for the value predictions, pengkelasan adalah depending on the continuous numeric value. Tadi untuk classification, it refers to the finite set, nombor bulat iaitu 1, 2, 3, male, female. Benda yang kita categorizekan using certain label. Okay, but for the value predictions here, normally it refers to the weight. Contohnya, kita punya tinggi ada perpuluhan kan, continuous value. Contohnya 6.8 meter. Berat kita contohnya ada kilogram and gram. Okay, you have perpuluhan, continuous numeric value here. And then contohnya apa lagi? Umur kita pun ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kan? Continuous, keep on increasing. Okay, so that is the functions of value predictions. So the keywords for the value prediction is continuous numeric value records. Compared with the classification, dia refer kepada labeling of classes. Okay, the labeling of classes to